morning. Today is Thursday, January 17th, and this is WGTV, Wayne Goldsboro Television today. And I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best. Good Thursday morning. Glad to have you with us.
Well, good morning to you as well. Here we go with Thursday, and today's the big day that you and I
yes, it is.
kind of go at it at the Red Cross. It's the big competition today. We're giving blood.
Yes, we are. City and county employees are giving blood. We're going to see who gives the most blood and who can make another great day and save a life.
And all kidding aside, there has been a great outpouring both on the city side and the county side, and I'm really happy about that.
Yeah, this has been fantastic. It's just a friendly competition, and you know, in the end, it really doesn't matter who gives the most blood. It's just that we're participating, and we do have our staff giving blood and giving the gift of life. That's
exactly right. Well, let's see. Kim, who's on today's program?
Today we have PAIGE Learnard, of course, which is the coordinator for Crime Stoppers. She'll be in. We also have DAVIN MADDEN. You spoke with him from Wayne County Health Department. And then we also have Sherry Archibald here from the Paramount Theater, part one of the very busy schedule at the Paramount Theater.
Outstanding. All right, today is January 17th. It is Make Your All-Time Top 10 Favorite TV Characters list. Do you have favorite TV characters? Who would you say?
Yeah, that might take a minute. Let's see. You know, if you're going way back, people like, you know, the funnies, Lucille Ball and Carol Burnett. We've talked about those before. You know, she's one of my favorite. And then there's all these little great sitcoms of today as well. There's some that I like more than others. I really enjoyed the, what is it, The Adventures of Old Christine, or Old Christine Adventures?
The New Adventures of
There you go.
No, the Old Adventures.
Whatever it is.
Whatever.
New Adventures of Old Christine.
Okay,
that show just makes me laugh.
Really?
And I enjoy just having a 30-minute time frame just to sit there and just laugh and giggle and have nothing on my mind for a minute or two.
You're a Julia Dreyfus, whatever her name is.
Yes, and her husband's from North Carolina.
Who is her husband?
On the show.
On the show, her husband, he's from Chapel Hill, I believe.
Really? I need to watch that program, I suppose.
It's funny. It really is a cute little 30-minute sitcom, and there's many others.
Well, what others? Were you a fan of Friends?
Yeah, but I was not obsessed like many people were. I liked it, but it wasn't like, oh my gosh, I have to watch it every night kind of thing.
You know, I have recently discovered, thanks to Barbara, that I really enjoy The Big Bang Theory.
I've watched that a little bit.
It's a little off the wall.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's a little off the wall. But it's
it is
funny.
a little unique.
Yeah, it is.
It's kind of a unique sense of humor.
But there's a lot of shows I just don't care for now. You know, to me, television has evolved into something that's just boring.
Oh, there's some good ones on right now. There's Revenge, there's Scandal. Oh, you've got to watch those.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, they're great.
I peeked at Vegas a couple of times, and that was pretty good. I enjoy that.
Downton Abbey.
Downton Abbey?
I have not seen Downton. Is it Downtown Abbey?
No, Downton.
Downton Abbey. I have not seen that yet. I've heard some chatter about it.
But I'm a big Michael Chiklis fan. I remember when he was the commish on TV, and that was a great program. And he's progressed to be a bad guy. He and what's his name? On the TV show Vegas. That's pretty good. There's a couple others as well, I'm sure.
Did you ever watch CSI Miami? I mean, everybody watches
I
some of the
enjoy
CSI. Well, on CSI Miami, one of the main girl characters, her name is Emily Proctor. She and I were sorority sisters together at East Carolina.
Get out of here.
Yeah, we were in the same class. Yeah, matter of fact, we were roommates for about 2 years.
How about that?
So it was really neat to see her leave East Carolina and go on and follow her dream of, she really always wanted to be an actress.
Yeah.
And she made it.
I like the CSI. I like Law and Order. The only problem with those programs are very well done. The only thing is that the producer and creator Dick Wolf gets a bit political in some of his programs. And I don't care for that at all. But aside from that, those programs I've always enjoyed.
There's some good ones on.
Oh,
so we've listed our favorites today.
That's exactly right. Anyway, that's Make Your All-Time Favorite Top 10 TV Characters list. Today is also Kid Inventors Day. You know, kids actually invent things. Honoring the 500,000 kids and teenagers who invent gadgets and games every year to make our lives easier and more fun. And they have actually invented things, kids have. Today is also Beretta Day, marking the debut of the CBS TV series Beretta back in 1975.
I remember that show.
Yeah, starring Bobby Blake, who was actually a child TV star. He was one of the Our Gang, the Little Rascals. His real name, Mickey Gubitosi. And he also went on to star as Little Beaver in the Red Ryder TV Western series.
I didn't know that one.
Movie serials. Yeah, he was Red Ryder. Played a little Indian kid. Cute as a button. Anyway, also a birthday today. Oh, and what was you remember the TV series Beretta?
I do.
What was the bird's name?
I don't know. I don't remember.
That's good.
I don't remember that good.
Oh, okay. Fred. He had a cockatoo named Fred.
I do remember the bird.
All right. Also, today is National Professional Boxers Day, always on the birth anniversary of Muhammad Ali. It's also Liberation Day in Poland. So if you're from Poland, happy Liberation Day. And that's the name of that tune.
Oh, there's some exciting things going on. I want to tell you about one of them at the Arts Council.
What's going on?
They're having something called the True Nature, You People Are Animals.
What?
True Nature, You People Are Animals.
You People Are Animals.
That's right.
Okay.
They have an opening reception today from 5 to 7 at T.A. Loving Gallery.
Great.
The exhibit will feature the minimalistic drawings of Adam Beebley. The exhibit runs through February the 22nd. For additional information, you can call 919-736-3300. You people are animals.
You people are animals.
That's right.
All right. I kind of like that. All right. Let's see what else is going on. Of course, we mentioned the blood drive
That's
today.
right. And the Mayor's Committee for Persons with Disability also meets today at noon.
Okay. There's something called Stop Your Belly Aching. This is coming up at Wayne Memorial Hospital. It's part of their community education series. Stop Your Belly Aching. When it's more than just indigestion is the actual title. When it's more than just indigestion. Talk about acid reflux, talking about ulcers and
not ignoring those symptoms.
And not ignoring those symptoms.
Yeah.
Crohn's disease, colitis, irritable bowel syndrome. A lot of those going on. You can contact the Wayne Memorial Hospital and ask them about that. That's coming up here pretty soon. All right?
Fantastic.
All right.
Well, I think we're going to Paige Lerner with Crime Stoppers.
Let's do that.
Absolutely. Hi, welcome back to Wayne Goldsboro Television. I have with me now Miss Paige Lerner, who is the coordinator for Crime Stoppers. Welcome, Paige.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. So we have two
cases I wanted to bring to you guys today to kind of ask for the public's help, as always. One was a break-in that occurred at a local business of ours called Pennington Auto Service, which is located at 1101 North William Street here in town, kind of on the north end of the city. They had a break-in on January 8th, and in that break-in they just had one item stolen, and I think that obviously the suspect or suspects knew what they were looking for, because it's called a Solus Snap-on Ultra Engine Scanner. It's red and black. And it's unusual because it's small and it's handheld, and if you didn't know what you were looking at, it almost looks like a gaming system.
Okay.
And it's a $5,000 piece of equipment, and I know that Mr. Pennington would appreciate somebody out there in the public helping us locate that.
Absolutely. We have a picture up now of one that is very similar to what was taken.
Yep.
So if you do see anything like this, call 911, or if you see someone who's acting suspicious, call 911 or call the Crime Stoppers number, because we definitely would like to get this back.
Yeah, absolutely. Systems like that a lot of times will either end up maybe in a pawn shop or any local garage, and it kind of stands out, and so
because it's unusual. It's not something that's on every corner.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The second case I want to talk about was on January 9th, and that was a break-in to a local residence, and that was here at 2704 Warwick Circle. That was a residence where they reported that somebody stole a handheld Toshiba tablet, an Xbox gaming system, and 2 laptop computers, a Toshiba and a Hewlett-Packard. And that resident would definitely appreciate the public's help as far as anybody that might have information about that. And that occurred in or around a week up leading to January the 9th. Don't have a specific date, just have about a week's time span that may have occurred in.
And once again, these type things will end up in a pawn shop or something like that.
Absolutely.
They're basically taking them to get money to sell them.
They end up in pawn shops, or they end up in local residents' home. They'll, you might have somebody on the street approach you trying to sell a system.
Exactly.
And obviously we want them to call 911 if that's what's going on, or if they see it somewhere at somebody's residence or in a local store. Give us a call. We'll check it out and see if it's the systems that we're looking for. Well,
tell us one more time how Crime Stoppers can be advantageous to our local citizens.
Well, it's a big help because one of the big things that community complains about is they don't want their name out there. They don't want to come forward. A lot of times we have citizens, they want to get the information and they want to help us, but they don't want their name out there. And that's the unique thing about Crime Stoppers, because when they call my phone, it's blocked, so I can't see who's calling me. I can't see the number it's coming from, which legally that's one of the requirements I have to meet. So, you know, when they call, a lot of times they'll ask me, you know, can you keep this anonymous? And every time I remind them, I can't see your name, I can't see your number. So they can report the information. It might be just a hunch they have. It might be something they've actually seen. What we'll do is we'll follow up on it. I'll have them call me back, and if it's something that leads to a felony arrest, I owe them money, so I'll pay them cash. When I pay them for the arrest or for the location of that, it still remains anonymous. They don't have to give me their name. They just provide a code name.
Well, that's the best of both worlds. You're getting help from the community, but if you're wanting to keep yourself anonymous, this is the way to go. Call the Crime Stoppers number that is behind us. If you have any information on these two cases or any of the prior cases that we've talked, Paige comes on a weekly basis to keep you updated so you'll know what's happening locally and so you can help us if you're made aware of any of these particular situations. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for listening and coming to talk with us today, Paige. We appreciate your help on a regular basis.
Thank you.
And this is WGTV Today.
All right, we're back on WGTV Today, Wayne Goldsboro Television.
That's right.
All right. Well, what else
Let's
is up?
see.
What you got?
Well, let's see. You know what? If you feel like doing Zumba, you can head on over today at 5:30, Herman Park, $5 per class.
No,
are you up for it?
I'm not. I don't feel like doing Zumba today.
Well, the Zumba class, in case you're not up for it today, is every Tuesday and Thursday evening. You have plenty of opportunities.
I'll remember that.
At 5:30 p.m. If you have questions, you can call 919-739-7480. Zumba every Tuesday and Thursday at 5:30, Herman Park Center.
All right, that works. Wayne County Public Library have a series of workshops coming up. In fact, Faye Prosser of WRAL-TV, she is the smart spending, smart shopper thing there. She's coming to the Wayne County Public Library. You can call the library and go to their website. That will be fun.
She talks about all different kinds of how to shop smart in everything you do, from grocery shopping to shopping for your cable television. I mean, the list goes on and on. She's very smart about giving you tips.
And she's coming to Goldsboro to the library on the 26th of January. So.
And what time was that?
I'm not sure.
We don't have a time.
You can go to the Wayne County Public Library website, WCPL.org, and they have that information on there.
Wonderful.
All right.
That's kind of neat.
Yeah. Let's see what else is going on. What else is going on?
Well, you know, tomorrow night at the Paramount, we have the one-man variety show presented by Robert Post. He's billed as a one-man variety show. He's a physical comedian with a theatrical mind. Mr. Post has dry humor. He blends mime, versatile acting, and juggling with absurdity.
Juggling with absurdity.
Juggling with absurdity. His show was featured at Broadway's New Victory Theater to rave reviews. It begins tomorrow night at 7:30 at the Paramount Theater. That ought to be interesting to see what all he does do in his one-man show.
That should be.
That's right. That's tomorrow night, 7:30.
Do you enjoy veggies? You
Absolutely.
You eat, right?
Love
you
them.
like spinach?
Love it.
So do I.
Love it.
I love spinach. Well, we should have a bowl of spinach today because this
I don't like it plain, though. It needs to be with something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I need it fancied up a little bit.
You mean?
Like chicken and spinach baked together. You know, put a little cream sauce in there or something. Now, you know, opening up a can, just eating, not my cup of tea.
Not your cup of tea.
Do you do that like Popeye?
Yeah. Wayne
Popeye Alley.
No. Speaking of which, today Popeye debuted in the
new...
today's the day. It was called the Thimble Theater, and he debuted this day, 1929. Popeye's got a few years on him.
Does he?
He does. 1929 was quite a while back. That was 83 years ago.
Popeye's getting old.
93 years ago. Long time ago.
Whatever. He's old.
Popeye's getting old. Boop, boop. All right. All right. Also, let's see. 20 years after that, a guy by the name of Andy Kaufman was born. Born in New York City.
Did he do something special?
He was an actor, and he was on the TV series Taxi. He played Latka.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Latka Gravis, a really weird little guy, but
he played a unique character.
Indeed. And Andy Kaufman was he was a strange guy to start with, but anyway, he passed away back in '84. Also on this day, the city of Memphis renamed Bellevue Street.
Okay.
Elvis Presley Boulevard. Yes, you knew that. Okay,
I was just waiting for it.
Bellevue Street became Elvis Presley Boulevard. All the new street signs disappeared immediately. People went and cut those street signs down. All right, and there's more stuff. Anyway, birthdays today include actress Betty White.
Oh, yeah. How old is she?
She is 90.
Wow. Happy birthday, Betty White.
Yeah, and she's quite
She is
the actress.
amazing.
Isn't she, though?
She's amazing. Still going so strong.
I know.
I mean, what a major comeback she's had.
I've always been a fan of hers. Of course,
she's spicy little character.
She is. Spicy is, yeah, she's spicy, all right. Also, today is First Lady Michelle Obama's birthday.
Happy birthday, Michelle Obama.
She is 48. It's James Earl Jones' birthday, the voice of CNN, and a whole bunch of other people. Darth Vader.
He does have a great voice.
Yes, he does. He's 81 today. 81, and Muhammad Ali, we mentioned earlier, is 70 today. And there are others as well.
Well, Wayne, I believe you have an interview with David Madden from Wayne County Health Department.
David,
what did you all chat about?
He is a fascinating guy. He is. You just throw a subject at him, and he is so knowledgeable. He can talk about it.
Take it and just run with it.
Yeah, he's very knowledgeable, and he's an easy interview. He's just great to talk with. He just likes to sit down and talk with people, and he's just that kind of guy. So I always enjoy speaking with David Madden. That's up next on WGTV. Well, today we're talking with David Madden. David is the health director for the County of Wayne. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Wayne. How are you?
Glad you're back with us, and I'm doing great. Thanks
a
lot.
Good to be here.
You know, there's a lot of concern. People are talking about the flu epidemic that's swept the country. The state of New York declaring an emergency. Here in North Carolina, we're not quite that far along, are we? Where do we stand on the flu?
Well, we have been lucky so far in North Carolina. I mean, most of our cases of flu have been moderate, and our season has been moderate. And as far as immunization rates, we're still not where we should be. Well, I think last tally we looked at statewide, we're around 35% immunization rate. We need to be higher to really help protect people in the community from transmitting the flu from one another. Somebody gets sick, that you want a higher chance that everyone they come in contact with has been vaccinated for the flu, so that it kind of stops the transmission. The problem is we're kind of coming into the real middle of the flu season. We still have a few months to go, and we still have a high chance of having a flu outbreak here in North Carolina.
Really?
Yeah, so it's important to keep that in mind, and don't let our guard down, because with the recent spike through December, there was a huge spike in what they call ILIs, influenza-like illnesses, and that's flu-related illness that looks like could be flu symptoms. And so with a spike in December, that means that we have seen some surge in reported illnesses that are.
Well, David, what is the window of opportunity for the flu shots? When would it be too late to have a flu shot? Or is there such a date?
Well, I guess you could, if you wait till the end, if you're waiting till the end of March, you're probably waited too late to get a flu shot. I mean, there's still likelihood you could contract the flu afterwards, but with the fact that it takes about 2 weeks, once you get a flu vaccine, for the antibodies to actually develop in your body to help you protect you from the flu,
right.
You don't want to wait. You don't want to wait that long. I mean, you need to either have it in the early part of September, late October, sometime between that little window, but you can still get it now because it'll still protect you through this remaining season.
So that's pretty much flu season, say around from September, and I understand
end of September to about end of March.
I heard someone say it started early this year. Is that?
We started seeing some illnesses earlier.
Really?
Yeah. And that happens, like I said, because it's a window. I mean, it's not definite. So sometimes you're going to see cases popping up depending on what type of virus is out there. Each year when the CDC tries to formulate their flu vaccine, they usually try to formulate the vaccine to protect you against the 3 flu types that they found to be anticipated to be the most prevalent. Mm-hmm. And so they make the concoction. And and it's really just it's a good best case scientific estimate of what we're going to see that season. And so, if somebody could encounter a strain that even though they might have been vaccinated, they could possibly encounter a strain that's not in the vaccine, or they could have been contracting a flu being traveling or somewhere where someone else has been exposed to the flu, depending on the seasonal conditions in different parts of the world. Somebody may contract the flu somewhere else and bring it in.
Yeah. Who is most susceptible to the biggest problems with flu?
With flu-related complications? The people that are at highest risk for average or standard flu is women who are pregnant, children, 5 years and younger. You can have a flu shot if you're 6 months and older. So children 5 and down to 6 months, because they can receive the flu vaccine, they're at high risk. People that are 65 and older.
Yeah.
And anybody that actually is in close contact with those people, or people that may have what they call immune compromised situation, people that may have underwent chemotherapy, or someone who could have HIV. So they're highly susceptible to complications if they get the flu.
And I think I heard you say one time that even though people say, I have never had a flu shot, I've never taken a flu shot, and I never get sick, that doesn't mean they can't spread the illness.
Well, it means they could get sick still, because you got to remember the flu viruses change each year. I mean, it's not the same flu we see every single year. I mean, the strains are similar, but they change, they mutate, they're different. So that's why H1N1 was a big scare.
Right.
For younger people, where normally the flu is considered to be, like I said, at high risk for people 65 and older, the elderly, H1N1 was not a concern, or an elderly person was not at high risk for H1N1, because there was a higher chance that they had been exposed to a flu like similar before, and they had a higher resistance to it, where young people, a lot of young people did not have that exposure, and they had a high risk of getting sick.
So, again, what do we need to do to protect ourselves? Get the flu shot, number one.
Get vaccinated. I mean, there's a lot of concerns, people, and I bring that up only because I feel like it's necessary. You hear people talk about concerns about, being vaccinated. There are some side effects. I mean, there's redness, there's sometimes there's aching, and there's some headaches. It could be malaise, being tired. Those are side effects. Usually they last normally with a person 1 to 2 days. But outside of that, anything beyond that, like allergic reaction, or people that have egg allergies, we tell them if they want to receive a vaccine, that it's not impossible. They just probably should consult with their provider. But the bottom line is, having any adverse effects beyond those I mentioned are much smaller. I mean, it's a very small percent of people that would have any type of allergic reaction. The likelihood of you contracting the flu is a much higher percentage, especially in our seasonal environment where we're seeing these spikes in flu-like illnesses. And especially with these outbreaks you're seeing in other states. I mean, we've been lucky so far, and you get kind of in a complacent mode, because last year we had a really mild flu season. Not a lot of people that were sick with the flu, not a lot of deaths related to the flu, but that doesn't mean that next season will be the same. So if you had a mild season, you could feel a little complacent and say, well, I'm not going to get a flu shot next year or this year because of last year. But that's probably not the best outlook, because it doesn't mean you're encountering the same flu illnesses or the same flu viruses, and it doesn't mean that if you do get it, you may have a mild case. Depending on other things, it could be more severe. Is
there a point on the calendar where health professionals will say, "Whew, we missed it," or "it missed us"? Is there a point?
Yeah,
like you say.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like into March and into April. I mean, at that point in time, if you've not had a real bad season, you feel pretty comfortable. You're not going to see a lot. But right now, we're still in a time where we're at risk, and like I said, immunization rates right now across North Carolina, like I said, are around about 35% last time I checked, and we need to be double that to really help avoid transmission in the community, in the public. So with our immunization rates, they're still good. I mean, 35% is good. North Carolina has a higher than average immunization rate than other states. Not all states, but most states. But the bottom line is, at 35%, we're still at risk for an outbreak. Wow. If we were to have a sudden cluster of flu breakout, you got 65% of the people aren't vaccinated. They're all susceptible to contracting the flu.
What are the symptoms compared to other similar illnesses? Somebody would say, well, it's only a cold that I have, when they actually might have the flu, or it may be only allergies when they think they have the flu.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of shared symptoms with a sinus infection and colds and the flu. I mean, you have runny nose, congestion, coughing, but you'll have a fever. Some flu illnesses can result in diarrhea. headaches, you know, a lot of tiredness. I mean, vomiting. I mean, there's a lot that could come with the flu. It really depends. Now, everybody can react a little differently to the symptoms, but those are the general symptoms people could encounter. And a lot of those symptoms are related to flu, the congestion and the stuffy head, and like I said, sinus problems could be related to like sinus infection. But so you don't really know unless you go in and have yourself tested, and there's not really a need to be tested because we know the flu virus is there. Yeah. The only difference is if you're at risk to contracting the flu in the high-risk category, there are some antiviral treatments that they can put you on that will help maybe lessen the severity of your illness.
All right, we could go on for hours about this, but we've been talking with DAVIN Madden. DAVIN's the director of the Wayne County Health Department, and
get your flu shot.
Get your flu shot and wash your hands a lot.
Well, you know about washing hands.
Yeah.
I'm the hand washing king, right?
Yeah, that indeed you are.
I saw you the other morning do it.
Did you see
doing the song?
Yeah,
that was good. I was impressed. See, the message is coming across. It starts with one. It just starts with one.
I heard a guy say, you know, if the flu virus is on a keyboard or a table or whatever, you can accidentally touch that if you like, as long as you don't put your hand to your face, and as long as you wash your hands as soon as possible afterwards.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's some,
I mean, you don't want to be careless about it, but if it happens, just wash your hands a lot. That way you'll be.
That's right. I mean, you know, yeah, you can spread the flu germs on the contact surfaces, but mostly it's aerosolized. It's going to be people that's coughing and putting it into the air, and then, like I said, you know, putting it on contact surfaces. If they're coughing or wiping their nose and touching things, it's going to be on those contact surfaces. If you're coming behind a person right away, you know, yes, it's possible you could contaminate yourself and then touch your eyes or your mucous membranes, and next thing you know, you could a couple of days you're going good chance of being sick.
Oh boy!
And the flu is not like the cold. I mean, when I get a cold, you know, I'm kind of a wimp with the cold. You know, I want to go home and get on the couch and eat some chicken noodle soup and let my body take care of it.
Right.
But I'm only down for maybe a day, 2 at the most. If I'm down for more than 2 days, I think something else is different. It's not just the cold. But I've had the flu once, and it put me down for a week. I mean, it's a whole different type of severity, even at a normal pace. Even if you're not having major complications, I mean, it will put you down. It'll take you out of work. You have a risk of getting your family sick and then taking them out of school and work. I mean, so it has a lot of impacts in just one person being ill.
Right. There you go. Get your flu shot, wash your hands a lot, and when you're outdoors, don't breathe.
That's right, don't breathe until someone wakes you up.
Thank you. DAVIN Madden. And we're back on WGTV today. Of course, DAVIN very knowledgeable about things to do, but he always insists you must wash your hands.
Well, you know, with the flu, I mean, honestly, it's becoming an epidemic in so many different states that we're really needing to take care of ourselves.
We truly are, and we're not out of the woods, as he mentioned there. We could at any time it could get out of hand here, but fortunately, and so far, we're in pretty good shape right now. But it could change at any time. But as DAVIN suggests, get your flu shot.
And there still seems to be pretty much everybody has them available. I think there's only 1 or 2 locations here in our community that does not have flu shots.
Right. So get your flu shot and wash your hands.
Non-stop.
Right? Non-stop.
That's right.
Start at 7 o'clock in the morning and don't stop washing your hands until about 6 p.m.
You know, you can almost get paranoid about it.
You really can.
If you really think about it too much.
But some people do.
Everything in moderation, I guess.
I suppose so. Ham.
Ham?
Ham. Ham was a chimpanzee.
That was his name.
That was the chimpanzee's name. Ham passed away this day in 1983 at the age of 26.
Did Ham do something special?
Ham did. Ham was a pioneer.
Okay.
Ham was a space astronaut.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Ham was the America's first space pioneer and a member of the Space Hall of Fame. So Ham passed away after living the life of luxury. He lived well. They took care of him until he was 26 and he passed away. This day, that was in 83, and the following year, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled 5-4 that using a home video recorder to tape movies and TV shows for non-commercial purposes did not violate federal copyright law.
Oh my goodness.
You can do that as long as you don't try to resell or
just for your own use. You can have it.
You can, yeah. Had it been the other way around, that means that everybody who videotaped any program at all couldn't do it. And of course, that also means that companies like DirecTV and all those DVRs would have been no good to anybody.
That's true. That's true.
Supreme Court, and it's made the wise decision to allow it.
Well, Wayne, do you feel like line dancing? You don't want a Zumba, so do you want a line dance? Which one's easier for you?
Oh, just sitting here.
Just sitting there. Well, tonight, you can also go over to Goldsboro Parks and Recreation, and you can learn to line dance.
Oh, boy.
The cost is $6. That's right. So, look, you have so many opportunities to get out and move.
Wow.
And be healthy.
I can't wait.
Zumba, line dancing.
I can't wait.
I can't wait to see which one you're going to do.
Yeah, right. Me too. The year was 1999, where in High Point, North Carolina, complaints began rolling into the police department there. Oh, it was a terrible situation. Complaints about an unfriendly policewoman sitting in her car. She was on East Chester Drive there in High Point. I know where that is.
I do too.
People would ride by. She was sitting in a police car on the side of the road. The people would ride by and they'd wave at her.
And she would just sit there.
She'd just sit there.
Uh-huh.
They said, well, she was stuck up. She was, she didn't wave. Either she was sleeping or she had passed away. Something like that. People came up with all kinds of things. Actually, she was a mannequin.
I had a sneaky feeling it might be.
That. Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, dressed in police clothes to help reduce speeds, and it worked. People saw the police car and saw
and they
somebody
slowed right down.
They would slow down.
Well, you know, High Point is the area also that the new GPAC, the new Goldsboro Partners Against Crime, that's where that was initiated, and that's the model that we're following. And they have been extremely successful with their model, and you'll hear more about that if you haven't heard much about GPAC so far, which is Goldsboro's initiative to fight violent crime here in our community. But that's where it actually initiated, was High Point.
Started at High Point. Yeah. Well, let's see what else. Oh, I've got to tell you about this one. It was a marriage made in...
Let's see.
Well, anyway, it was Indian priest, that is, priests who live in India, blessed the marriage of 2 fig trees on this day in 2001. That was only 11 years ago. The wedding was followed by a grand feast paid for by the villagers of the Goshpara, in Goshpara district, in the Uttar Dinjapur district.
Where do you find these things, Wayne?
I don't know. They just appear out of nowhere. This is all true.
Village
elders recommended the marriage. The trees just kind of stood there. They had no comment.
Imagine that.
Yes. Finally, someone was heard saying, let us leave.
Oh.
So they packed the trunk.
Oh, my goodness.
And they... Anyway.
Well, you were just full of it this morning.
I'm full of it.
He is full of it.
All right. What else do we have here?
Oh, goodness. One more thing going on at the Arts Council. It says, if you have, they have a series called Looking Out the Window. It's Scenes of Downtown Goldsboro. It's a class that you can go and take, and I guess they're helping you paint pictures of scenes of downtown Goldsboro. It begins today, and it's every Thursday. It'll go through February the 7th. It's for youth ages up to 12. Oh, how interesting.
How about that?
The instructor is Penny Craven, and the cost is $58, and that includes all the sessions from January 17th through February the 7th, and all the supplies. And her instruction time, Looking Out the Window, Downtown Scenes of Goldsboro.
Well, before we go to our next segment, I do have one thing from Sean Moore. Sean is a Veteran Services Officer here in Wayne County, and she, and this is a direct quote from her. She had a lady come in this week, she says, with a project she and her daughter are working on. Sean says the project is waterproof mats for homeless veterans. Now, you can help a homeless veteran with a waterproof mat. Now, the mats are made from plastic grocery bags from Walmart, Food Line, and all like that. Veteran Services is collecting these bags for this project. If you'd like information about how you can participate, call Sean Moore or go by Sean Moore, or in fact, email LaSeanMoore@WayneGov.com, or go onto the WayneGov.com website and click on Veteran Services. And you can get her information, phone number, web address, and all that.
Very nice. It's nice for our youth to participate in local projects, especially community service projects.
Yes, indeed.
It is. Well, Wayne, let's see what's happening at the Paramount Theater with Sherry Archibald. Stay tuned. to Wayne Goldsboro Television. I'm Kim Best, your host. Joining me today is Sherry Archibald, Director of the Paramount Theater. Glad to have you, Sherry.
Thank you. Good morning.
You're a regular that come once a month.
Yes.
To give us updates on things happening at the Paramount, and you all have a long list.
We do. We've got a lot of things going on in January and gearing up. This is typically what we would call our slower time, but there's a lot going on. I think we're kind of dwindling away with those slow months, so we're excited about some
every
upcoming.
Weekend is full, right?
It is. It is. And February every day is full, so things are really moving along.
You guys have done a great job really building the clientele and building the level of performers that come from locally and across the state. You've done a great job on that.
Thank you very much. It's really important to us to provide excellent customer service to our patrons and to those that come and rent from the theater. So that is probably our number one priority, and so hopefully it keeps our renters coming back and brings folks from all over the state and the country to come and rent from us as well, so that we can provide quality entertainment.
Well, you've got some local people coming soon. That's the Wayne Community College. That's their concert series, correct?
Wayne Community Concerts, actually.
Wayne Community Concerts.
Wayne Community Concerts, which has been around for a long time, many decades actually, and they provide their own series every year. They bring in about 5 quality performers every year, and usually starts in the fall and goes through the spring. And so they have all kinds of different entertainment, and usually it's a variety, very much like our own performing arts series.
So theirs is not local people necessarily.
No.
Okay, they're bringing in people from all across the state
and the
nation, actually.
Exactly. It's rarely local folks. And they're through a membership, which is very reasonable. It's about $55 for 5 shows.
And there's the 5 shows spread throughout the year.
Okay. They're spread typically from like September until May.
Okay.
Similar to ours as well. And you can come to one of their shows without being a member. It's usually $20 a ticket, and basically you just have to, members take priority.
Of course.
But there's often room, for a few here and there. So if you ever see a show and you're not a member, I would encourage you to join at that price. You can't lose.
Right.
But if you just want to come to one particular show, they will allow you to do that as long as they're spaced, only $20 a ticket. And their next show coming up is January the 18th on a Friday, and it is Robert Post, and he's a comedian that I've actually seen at the Arts Market on Showcase, and he's just that slapstick funny.
So you've actually seen him?
Very entertaining, so he'll be a lot of fun.
Now, how do people get tickets if they do want to just see if you have some available for this particular
what
show?
they need to do is go to their website, which is WayneCommunityConcerts.com, and there is an email contact there and a telephone number. But also, if you are just going to come to the one show, you can come right up to the concession right as you walk into the door at the Paramount the night of the event. And again, as long as there's room, and typically there is, so you can come and get your ticket that night if you want.
Wonderful. Now they'll have. Is this their? How far into their series?
This is their 3rd perforence in the series.
So there's still a couple more if you wanted to join and finish out the series.
And again, $55 if you wanted to do that. you can't lose.
That's a bargain.
It is. So, and they've got other entertainment. Of course, you can see that on their website too, the other upcoming performances that they have.
And you have a link from the Paramount website, I'm sure, straight to
We do.
Wayne Community.
We do, to a lot of our partners like Stage Struck and Center Stage, Goldsboro Ballet, those groups that just consistently are loyal renters. We have links so that you can look and see what's going on. And
nice. Okay, that's a nice, easy step.
Absolutely.
To others' websites. All right, great. What else you have going on?
Well, of course, January the 26th, we have the Miss Goldsboro pageant.
Yes, you do.
So we're very excited about that, and there will be a clip, too, that can hear more about what's going on with that and about the contestants and the entertainment and the excitement. But that's a wonderful event, and one of the great things about Miss Goldsboro pageant is you're going to be able to see excellent entertainment, talented young ladies that are working real hard to gain some scholarship funds, so you'll be able to hear more about that as well. We're excited about that event. We love being able to be part of that and host it, and every year it's amazing what the board with Miss Goldsboro does. It's always something elaborate that they do to the theater, from lighting effects to having a car on the stage. I mean, they really take it a step up and make it really nice.
Well, we'll look forward to hearing more about that coming soon.
Absolutely.
So right after Miss Goldsboro, what happens next?
Then we move into our movie series. This is the first year that we have been bringing some movies to the Paramount Theater.
I think that's a great idea.
Oh, it's working out really well. It's been a steady increase, too, with our participation. Boy, our last show was It's a Wonderful Life. And
you can't beat that during the holiday
We found that out very quickly. We had so many phone calls, and it was so exciting to see so many people in the audience. And a lot of them coming saying, I've never seen this. From all generations,
really?
Yes. Because I kind of expect it from a younger generation.
Right.
But it was just all ages, you know, of folks, even my own age, who had said, you know, I've never seen the movie. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're going to love it. It's one of my favorites. I love the movie. So, and a lot of folks did, of course. They enjoyed it. So we've had started this series this year, and our next movie is February the 1st, where we are doing Groundhog Day, the day before Groundhog Day.
Okay, okay.
So,
now, that's the old movie with, what is his name? Bill Murray.
Thank you very much, because it was slipping my mind as well.
From across the room.
It was slipping my mind too, but yes. And so Groundhog Day, where Bill Murray gets up every day, and the same thing happens to him over and over. And so, yes, it's a wonderful, fun movie. And of course, what we've been trying to do also, of course, summertime we've been looking at maybe a Western, but we're also looking at holiday classics. So, and one of the great things too that I've found, people are leaving the theater, and it's many people who have never been before, so they are getting a glimpse of what kind of entertainment there is, what kind of performances they can come to see besides the movies.
What the theater looks like if they've never been inside.
And still, sometimes I'm amazed that there are folks in our county who do not know.
I brag on the Paramount all the time how fortunate we are to have something so nice right here for our community to enjoy and to take advantage of.
Absolutely. It's a wonderful facility. So, so yes, we're showing Groundhog Day on February the 1st. And that movie is at 7 o'clock. Tickets are $5.
Oh, wow.
So you can't beat that. Yeah. It's a fun family night out.
Yeah.
And so, yes, you can get tickets online at our website at goldsboroparamount.com, or you can give us a call at 583-8432, and we'll just process tickets for you over the phone. You can also get them at the door, which is what, when it comes to movies, that's been a big change for us. When it comes to a show,
that's what people think of as they show up and get their movie ticket and go right in.
Which has been an adjustment, because you grow accustomed to folks getting tickets in advance when you've got a show that is a performing arts show, because you know, people want to get their tickets and make sure they don't miss that chance.
That's right.
Well, with the movies, they're accustomed to getting their tickets at the door, so.
So it's a wait and see kind of evening.
So it's coming around.
Okay, so right after Groundhog Day, what do we have next?
And then we have the Miss Spring Creek pageant.
Okay, and so the high school pageant will be at the Paramount. Nice.
That will be on February the 2nd. So, and they have performed there and had their event several times, and so we're happy to have them back again.
Wonderful. Now, after that, a mighty large, significant event is coming up to celebrate the anniversary of the Paramount Theater. Tell us more about that.
And I hope that you can see the beaming. I'm very excited about this event. And I was sharing with Wayne earlier that it's hard to believe it's been 5 years.
I know.
Time has really flown by.
But a lot of wonderful things have happened in that building over the past 5 years.
We're in our 5th annual series. So we're already looking. In fact, I'm trying to hustle and get things booked for the next series, because I'm losing dates that I can book shows for us, because it's rented so quickly, which is such a blessing.
Oh, yeah.
But our anniversary gala is February the 8th, and so we're going to have an event that's going to really showcase our local talent. And folks that have rented from the theater consistently over the last 5 years, like Stage Struck, Center Stage, Goldsboro Ballet, Artistic Dance, and we're going to have Miss Goldsboro there, also the Outstanding Teen. We've got a great lineup. ECU's Theater of School and Dance are coming. As you know, we've forged a really strong relationship with them. And so we've got a wonderful lineup. In fact, we're trying to make sure that we don't have people there really late.
Right. So you don't want it to be a 4-hour event,
No, we do not, because we want folks to say it was wonderful, but I'm ready to, when they're ready to go home.
You leave them wanting more, right?
Exactly. And so the wonderful thing too is it's the beginning of spring. It's the beginning of a busy season. So this allows a lot of our groups to just kind of showcase what's coming up for them. For example, with Stage Struck, they are going to be, their big musical this year is Music Man. So they can do just a small clip for those folks in the audience to say,
entice people just a little bit.
I'm coming back in 2 weeks to see that. So And same thing with Center Stage Theater. The very next weekend, they'll have Two-Eyed Titus. So they'll be able to do a little clip of what people can expect from that particular show.
Neat.
A lot of things going on.
You've got it all lined up, and you've got some very interesting things happening for us. But if people are interested in hearing more about the gala, how do they go about finding out additional information?
Well, for the gala, I'll talk a little bit more about that too. We're going to have a segment with Mr. David Will, which
Wonderful.
I'm very excited about talking him into doing. It was a little bit of a challenge. He's very much behind the scenes, as you know. But,
yes.
But he's been a huge part. Of course, he was a very huge part of building it,
right.
But he's maintained that, that effort throughout the last 5 years. He works very hard to support the theater, still helping to raise funds. There are things that, we didn't really get to put in the theater in the beginning that we wanted to add, so he was able to do that. But so we'll have him on there as well.
Sort of reminiscing over the last 5 years, his take on things.
Now, what I will be doing is I'll be getting kind of the lineup to you and to Wayne so that folks can be listening out and know and listen. So be sure, hope that your viewers are listening every morning, because you'll be able to share what the lineup is and a little glimpse of what folks can expect. So that will be coming up. I'm working very closely with our director, who is Joan Stafford, who is helping me out to direct the performance. And so we're getting the lineup together now and to make sure and show it's a very diverse group of entertainment. So,
well, you did. I'm taking it's pretty similar to the very first grand opening.
Yes, it is.
Okay, but when we had little tidbits of all the different groups around town, because that was a fabulous night of entertainment. Yes. Such a variety.
And I really would be remiss if I didn't say who the hosts are going to be. The MCs of the evening are Judge Tim Finan and Mr. Jeff Hulse. So,
oh, what a fun night we will have.
It's going to be an exciting night. So
they'll do a great job, no doubt about it.
They've been quite entertaining. I've really got this really long list on their technical rider of things that they require. Chocolate-covered strawberries.
Oh my goodness.
So they're a lot of fun. So they're very excited about participating. That both of them have been, well, they're very supportive in our community. So
they absolutely
happy to have them hosting for us.
And big performing arts supporters.
They are, and
actually they are performers themselves.
Yes, they are constantly. It amazes me to see the wit that they have, just spontaneously.
I think that's a born trait.
You
either have it or you don't, Sherry, right?
I guess so, and they have definitely got it. So
yes, they do.
I think while folks will be entertained on the stage, they'll be entertained on the side of the stage as well, and walking through the auditorium by these two characters.
Yes, you will. Well, that is wonderful. You've got a great lineup, and I can't wait to hear more details from the different people that are coming in. You're going to bring them and do little short interviews with each one.
We're going to try to get things set up there, and of course we'll have a list so that your viewers can hear more about it from your morning show.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for sharing. We're looking forward to a great season, a continuing season at the Paramount Theater. And if you have not been to the Paramount, you are missing out. You need to take advantage of our local theater that we have right here on Center Street. All right, that's all for now. Thank you so much, Sherry. I'm Kim Best, your host, and this is WGTV Today. And we're back.
We are indeed.
Well, you hear how busy things are at the Paramount Theater. We have a very, very tough schedule the month of January and February at the Paramount Theater.
Apparently we do. I'm telling you. Paramount Theater is that's one of the gems of Wayne County.
Is it not?
It truly is, in the city of Goldsboro. Sherry's doing a wonderful job. She and everybody associated with the staff there, with the Paramount, they do a wonderful job.
They do a nice balance of local talent and then talent from all across the country. Yeah. So it's really nice to have it.
It's impressive. Very impressive.
If you haven't been to the Paramount Theater to one of the shows, you should absolutely check it out. You can go on the city's website, and it has a direct link to the Paramount Theater, and you can look at the calendar and see what all your options are. There's something for everybody.
You know, the low-income energy assistance program is still underway while the money lasts. Now, this is not going to go much longer. It's the end of this month, I believe. And if there's still money available, you need to be aware that if you use this particular program, it's changed considerably over the last this time around. So if you use this program, you need to call and find out what's changed and if you're still qualified to utilize the low energy income energy assistance program.
Is there a phone number?
There is not a phone number available at this very second, but you can go to the Department of Social Services to get more information about that.
Very good.
Right.
Well, Wayne, on tomorrow's show, we have Jessica Strickland from Cooperative Extension.
Hey!
You all had an interview and talked about things that are happening over there.
She is very knowledgeable. We'll talk about a change in the Wayne County zoning for hardiness zone.
Okay. We also talked with...
It's important. It's important.
Yes,
we're talking
is.
about your dirt here, you
That's
see.
right.
We're talking dirt. Yeah.
Well, we also talked with some representatives from Seymour Johnson Air Force Base. We discussed different opportunities regarding the Three Eagles Golf Course on base.
Oh, wow.
So stay tuned and listen to all the different things they have going on out there. And then, of course, part 2 with the Paramount Theater.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
That
That's
good.
on tomorrow's show.
That's right. So join us tomorrow morning. We begin at 7 o'clock, and we hope you do as well, here on WGTV today. At 7 o'clock, and if you can't see us at 7 o'clock, we also rerun the program at noon, and then again at 5:30, and again during the evening hours. Until 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best, and this is what's happening in your community.